Hey, welcome back everybody. You're listening to Ultimate Affiliate Marketing. I'm your host, it's Paul Motley here. And we are here again. Yes, another daily podcast. And if it's your first time listening, then please note I do these podcasts every day, have been doing since May of 2020. And we are way over 200 episodes now. Along the way, I've had some incredible guests from all sides of the world and from all rungs of the ladder, if you like, as well, right from the extremely top guys to just people that are only just starting to see success, and those people which really haven't done much yet either. So, sorry, gosh, I'm getting some wind. But the cool thing is that when I started this podcast, the point of it was to try and connect with people on a different level. Which is why I chose podcasting as the platform, if you like, because I know that not everybody listens to podcasts. However, those people which do listen to podcasts like listening to podcasts, if that makes sense. So that's where I thought, okay, right, well, I'm going to start focusing some of my own efforts towards people which like listening to podcasts, hence why I put one together. And today, I really want to talk about pricing, because I see so many different people and so many different types of pricing that people put together. And what was crazy was that I was literally thinking about this earlier on, and I don't know if the world is listening to me or anything like that, but I just saw a sponsored ad on Facebook for someone that was advertising the fact that you could sell your offers for 100K, and the hook of it was stop selling your programs for $2,000. And I was like, wow, for most of us, $2,000 for a course or a program or a mentoring or anything like that is a sizable chunk of money, right? And if you were selling that, you would think that for me, I would be like, oh man, imposter syndrome kicking in major. Can I really sell something for $2,000 a pop? But this advert was talking about the fact that you could charge $100,000 and stop selling for $2,000. And it led me to believe and led me to start thinking a little bit about the way that people price stuff, because we all know that to get the right value, you've got to, you've really got to put some work into it. And whatever you're selling, you've got to make sure it delivers. Okay, right? And there's lots of pieces of the puzzle which need to come into place in order to get that sale in the first place. But what gets me is kind of like, why is it like so many people sell stuff for cheap? Like $7 or something like that. And what's the psychology that comes into play when you sell something just for $7? And I think what it boils down to is that, back in the day, years gone by, I would almost panic if I had to buy something online through fear of losing my bank account, losing everything I had in it, getting, fraud, identity theft and everything like that. And these days, buying stuff online is as easy as walking to the fridge and getting a pint of milk out. You can just enter stuff, bang, done, job, sorted. And the world has never been so accessible because of online e-commerce, if you like. We'll call it e-commerce because anything you can buy online is some form of commerce, yeah? And we call it E because it's internet. Don't ask me why it's not I, because I don't know, right? But it did make me wonder a little bit, and I thought, I've sold stuff for $7 before, but the value's been so much more. And I think if someone's on the other side and they are buying something for $7, how much value are they putting into it? How much time, how much consideration are they actually putting into it because it's only $7? In my experience, I've bought stuff before. I bought it at 7, I bought it at 27, I've even bought stuff at 97. And as a classic example, I bought a mini course yesterday for $97. I didn't bat an eyelid, and I haven't even opened it yet. But I can tell you this, if it had been $997, $1997, or even $4997, you bet your ass I would have been opened it, I would have been paying attention, I would have been absorbing every single facet until I knew it inside and out. And I think that's illuminating, really, is the fact that if you price stuff too cheap, you are going to get a lot of people go ahead and buy it if, you know, all the technicalities and all the intricacies and everything else like that is put together and you're doing the marketing right and the sales funnel's great and blah, blah, blah. But how much are people actually going to go ahead and take it in? Now, when I've sort of like over the last couple of years, I've surveyed people, you know, and got the gist of what's going on as far as like courses go. And the scary thing is that even though people buy these courses, they still don't, you know, there's still a very small fraction of people which actually go through all of it. And as course creators, we can click on someone's a contact of one of our buyers and see how much on a percentage wise that they've completed. And it's astounding how low the average is. I mean, I was speaking to one guy before and he sells his course at like, I think it's about $900. And I've said that he's still got people which bought it and haven't even opened it yet. They've not even created a login. And you just think that's crazy. It's like $900. Now, if it had been 9,000, you can literally, like I said before, you can bet your ass they would have created a login, right? So what does it mean? I think what I'm trying to say is that don't price yourself. If you're creating your own products based on your own knowledge to help others and positioning yourself as an expert so that you are almost, I mean, sometimes you get this information and I feel like obligated to let other people know about it and help them along their journey, right? And that's why I've created some of the things that I've done off the back of my affiliate marketing. And when I find something that's really good, I think, okay, right, people need to know about this, right? And I put it together in my Easy Leads program, in my Easy Leads training, which you may have seen on my Facebook profile. If you haven't, go check it out. But I thought, yeah, I could do this for like, I could sell it at $27. But if people bought it for 27, are they really going to take the time and go through it? Maybe not. And that was one of the hardest things, was to think about how much to actually charge. And I'm still tumbling the numbers around in my head, because I think when I just did like an organic post, I had it up for like 97, and I hadn't really gone into, you know, there was a few things that I wanted to do and I was still discovering and all that sort of thing. So 97 was an easy one to do, and lots of people went ahead and bought it at that, just off a Facebook post. And it wasn't even a great Facebook post. In fact, I purposely tried to make the Facebook post rubbish so that not many people would see it, and then it wouldn't get a lot of reach through the algorithms and I wouldn't get a lot of purchases. The main reason being is I only wanted a few people to actually go ahead and get it, because I then wanted to feedback with them on a one-to-one basis so that I knew if there was anything missing, I knew if they were going to get the results, I knew what was the feedback and everything else like that. And it was so positive, I thought, okay, right, now I'm going to improve on what's already there. I'm going to put down all the things that I've been thinking about and went through that process and put it together. And the result was, I thought, okay, right, well, we need to charge more, because now it's getting to a point where there is literally gold inside of that. And I knew that I didn't want to cheapen the information. And also, if you let it out cheap, then, you know, you're not going to get serious people. And I would much prefer to have serious people which go ahead and take the training, implement it and get proper results, rather than People which will come along and buy something dirt cheap and just fart about, won't follow it properly, and then complain later when they don't get the results. That is not what I was aiming for. I wanted people to do well. So to get away from like the looky-loos and the people which are just kind of testing things out, let's stick a proper price tag on it. And even now, I think it's at $297. Even now, it's still too cheap. It is too cheap because people are accustomed to paying that sort of money, and they will get in there, they'll have a poke around, and some will hit refund because they're not properly emotionally engaged with it. And that's the thing. It needs to get past that front step, if you like, that almost immovable object right at the beginning. So maybe I need to increase the price to a point where only people that are truly dedicated on the success will go ahead and get it, because then I know afterwards, after the purchase, they are gonna fly with it. They are going to make sure they do something proper and positive with that information and get real results. So that's kind of like what I wanted to talk about tonight, is if you are a part of your affiliate marketing journey, you will gather that information up. You will gain a skill, a knowledge that you can share to others. And when it comes to actually pricing, that's one of the hardest things you can do. And you want to make sure that you are putting something out there which is not only valuable, it's not only going to help people, it's not only going to get them results, because that's really what you want, but you are going to put it and have it at a certain position, if you like, that will make sure that people are serious buyers and they take serious action. So that was kind of all I had for you today. I've got to get back to some work. Still heading off to the weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. But I'm going to be back here again with you tomorrow. But for now, enjoy the rest of your Friday. And as I said before, if it's your first time listening, hit the subscribe, because I'm just doing these every day for you. And I want to make sure that I deliver as much value as possible. And shout out to everybody that's downloaded so far and will download today and tomorrow and the next day and the next day. All right, peace out. I'm clocking off.